NTV.
Once again, thank you so much for joining us. Priscilla Regina Naloga is my name. And in our Kickstarter this morning, we're going to be talking about technology and how it's being used for community mobilization. Joining me for these conversations is Ronald Katamba, who's the founder, Jaguza Tech, Afrosoft IT Solutions. Good morning to you, Mr. Katamba.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very fine. How are you doing?
I'm very good.
Yes.
Let me start on a lighter note. Kenyans in elections right now, there's been engagement of technology to aid the process of elections this morning, and so people have to go, put in their numbers or their details to the ID or passport for that matter to be able to find out their polling station. Something that we're familiar with here in Uganda. We actually tried to have it in our recent elections. And I want to find out, what was your assessment of that engagement of technology in our elections as Uganda?
Yeah, thank you so much. Being my company, Afrosoft IT Solution, we create innovation and software, and we came up with an innovation for Electoral Commission, and we developed an app called EC app, and this app was mainly to help Electoral Commission because that time was COVID time. So the media, the officials, and the citizen, they were having some challenges of meeting. So we created an app that will connect the media house, the electoral officials, and then also the citizens, where they can be able to request, post information, whatever they want, and they can also be able to know their NIN numbers, their polling station, where they're supposed to vote from, and they're supposed to, whenever there's any challenge, they can ask Electoral Commission, they can be able to reply them in real time. So this app got engagement, and many people downloaded it and used it, more than 50,000 and above downloads by then. And its work was to help people to make sure they could understand how they can easier, through technology, how can they be accessing information in real time, so that the officials, the media, and the citizen can come together and be able to communicate in real time.
All right, thank you so much. I had the privilege of using this app during that presidential election, and it was quite very efficient and very useful, and at hand with every information that was basic and important for any voter in Uganda. So, Mr. Katamba, tell us about Jaguza Tech. What is it all about, and the innovations that you are doing?
Yeah, Jaguza Tech is a technology for detecting diseases in animals, but we also focus on tracking livestock. Many people have been lost their livestock. When you go to, even if a farmer has 2 cows and one gets lost, that is a loss. So we come up with a technology that will help farmers to make sure they could detect disease in their animal in the next 48 hours before the disease manifests. So if your cow is going to get sick 2 days before you receive a message today, and it tells you the doc, and then we create for you the nearest doctor who can be able to handle that kind of work. So, but above all, we have also a platform for connecting farmers, where extension services. Many farmers, you finish university and you don't know where to start. You want to start rabbit farming. How can you start? So we give you the breed selection, the housing, how you start the housing, how you market and how are you going to sell them. So this information, you find them on our mobile application and on our website, to help these farmers, not only in Uganda but all over the world, to have access to this information so that they can start and manage whatever they are doing. So it has been a success, and we've covered 5 countries so far, and we are installing, and we are keeping on also training and mobilizing farmers to make sure they could embrace this technology that will help them in their day-to-day activities in farming.
Okay, then that begs the question, how then do you get in bed with the Uganda North American Association? Because you're talking about farming animals and husbandry in that regard. I don't know if that's exactly what they do in North America. How do you get into bed with them?
Yeah, in America, we have 2 pilots in Dallas, where we are going to install more than 850 heads of cattle in Dallas. However,
Heads of cattle from Uganda?
no, in Dallas.
Okay.
In Dallas.
Right.
But in Uganda, we're also doing that. I said we are in 5 countries, but we are trying to do some rollout. But however, my project was one of the 10 best projects in the world, and I was invited in San Francisco to present my project to the investors and some people there. And my project managed to be interested to some people. And that's when some Ugandans come and say, okay, we have a conference. Is there anything you can bring to us? And I thank the president of UNA. They came in and say, what can you do? They say, we can do this and this and that. Being our company is an innovation center, we came up with an innovation that will connect Ugandans here in Uganda and also in diaspora. How can we link them? How can we create a platform that can connect them? We have that gap. We don't know what they are doing that side, and they don't know what we are doing this side. They have business this side, and how can they make their money that side and be monitoring whatever they are doing this side
without taking a flight?
Yes, without taking a flight.
Okay, all right. Well, Abaganda Bagambo, Yogirirako Police. We do have Henrietta Wamala, who's the president for UNA, joining us this morning via technology, and also Lambert Etibot, executive secretary for UNA, joining us on board. Good morning to you, Henrietta.
Good morning to you, Priscilla. It's a pleasure to be with you here today.
Thank you. Lambert.
And I also would like to say good morning to Ronald.
All right. Lambert, good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Priscilla. A pleasure to be here. Good morning, Ronald.
Morning.
I'll start with Madam President. Tell us about the UNA app that has been innovated.
I guess after COVID, there's an increasing technological advancement in the world today, and we are just as excited to add to our brand the newest development that we have, which is the UNA app, which, by the way, was developed by Mr. Ronald Katamba. I would like to acknowledge the partnership that we have with him and AfroSoft IT Solutions. And I would love to see that Ugandans can learn from such a young man as he is, and also the country to empower people like him who are so talented and are experts in the field of technology. The UNA app, as I said, is the newest development into our brand as UNA, and it has really helped us to connect with people home. You'll be surprised the moment we launched that app and we shared it to our membership, to our friends and families here in the US, in Canada, and also in Uganda. I was having people even as deep down in the villages tell me they had downloaded it. So like he said, it helps us to get information accessible to people in real time, and it is really going to be a game changer when it comes to doing business in UNA. So we are very excited at this development.
Okay. Lambert, why is it very important for your organization to actually have this kind of innovations?
Priscilla, I didn't hear your question, please.
I want to find out from you, why is it important for your organization to have these kind of innovations in terms of aiding mobilization?
Well, thank you, Priscilla, for that question. We're at a time where technology is really pretty much at the forefront of everything. Personally, being the person that organizes the convention, we've had a challenge keeping up with how we share information with our members on real time. If you've had a chance to look at our app, we're going to be streaming just like, NTV is streaming today. But the bigger key for us on that app is that we're going to be able to push real-time notifications to our members. Usually we take up a whole hotel, and in that hotel, there's usually a lot of activities, and people can be in so many different places. It's just hard to get everybody together. So the push notifications through the app are going to be our key, especially for this year's convention. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Now that you have technology to actually bridge the gap between here and there, and all the contributors to UNA, how then do you intend to use these kind of innovations in the future in terms of mobilization of the subscribers, Madam President?
It is actually going to be helpful in a way that we are now at your fingertips, just like we were telling people before. So when it comes to mobilization, it's going to really help us go a long way. If you go onto our UNA app today, you can easily become a member just in a second, whereas before we used to kind of have to call people to tell them, hey, can you tune into our website? It's www.unaonline.org. By the time you finish that conversation, someone has even forgotten what you're trying to tell them. But with the UNA app, the moment you download it, to sign in and be able to actually click on just the little things. For example, you can be able to join the organization in just a second. If you're already a member, renewing your membership is also as easy as that. For those people who are coming to the convention, before we were begging them to go to the website to access information about the convention. Right now, everyone is excited. They are getting the information in a flash. So I should also boast and say that in our niche, that is with all the entities that we have out there, this is the first time you see an organization such as ours, a diaspora organization, having such technological advancement. And it is a legacy. We are leaving a legacy for those generations that will come after us. At least we have some things that we are leaving behind for them that will actually help them work easier when it comes to running the organization's management.
Well, thank you so much, Henrietta. You speak with so much pride, and the smile actually says it all. Okay, so I've had convention. Lambert, tell us about the convention and the details of mobilization, expectations, and who actually is eligible for the convention.
Thank you so much, Priscilla. Well, everybody is eligible for the convention as long as you can make it to the convention. For those in Uganda, I believe at this point our registration has ended because they won't be able to schedule interview dates at the embassy on time to make it for this particular convention. In the United States, Middle East, Europe, everywhere else, everybody else is welcome. But real quick on what we have prepared, and you have to look at the convention from the side of business, social networking, culture, and entertainment. And on the business end, for our trade and investment this year, we're looking at promoting trade actually between Uganda and North America, and that includes USA and Canada. And we're also looking at promoting increased investment in Uganda by the diaspora, okay? Yep. So that is what is key for Friday. And we dedicate the entire day on Friday from 9 to 5 p.m. Just on this business forum. On Saturday, we get to, Friday night, we get to have what we're theming this time as the African Night. As you know, we have families here. We have children that are born and raised here that are going to showcase things to do with culture and how well they understand our tradition and all sorts of things. So it's our opening ceremony, but it's a mixture of, again, culture. And it's more about our kids that are born here and how well they understand our culture and tradition and our different attires and the things that we do. Yeah, and we'll have entertainment with that. Saturday is a fully packed day. We have forums, like, for example, the Women Empowerment Forum. We have a luncheon that includes some of the prominent officials from the city of San Francisco. We've sent out invitations to some of the tech companies and all the different entities to come and join us in that luncheon. And we also give a chance for our partners from Uganda that will have come to the convention to share about the services and products that they have to share with the diaspora. And then, of course, we take our whole team to a dinner boat cruise that kind of winds out the evening, and we conclude it with more entertainment as we go on. On Sunday, we start out with praise and worship. We don't forget to pray. So we start out with the praise and worship, and then we have a family forum, which is also focused on imparting our traditions and cultures to mainly those that live with us here in the diaspora.
All right.
And then we do have an IT forum. We have some partners, again, from the tech companies. Knowing San Francisco is so big, tech, all the giants, all the giants are out there. Name it, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everybody's out there. So we plan on having a technology forum, and that will be streamed, by the way, on our app as well.
Okay.
And then
Thank
we'll
you so
conclude
much,
with
Lambert.
the dinner session. Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, all right. It sounds going to be an exciting weekend, especially for friends and partners that have moved and taken flight to enjoy this convention in person, but also on the app. You can be able to subscribe and be able to get the nitty-gritties of it. Just go over to your Play Store or your Apple Store and then just type in UNA, which is UNAA, and then app. You'll be able to see it and you'll be able to subscribe, get the details, and perhaps also sign up for future conventions and future innovations. Thank you so much, Mr. Katamba. Looking forward to having conversations with you in regards to more innovations and how they can aid in breaking the barriers that have been created by boundaries here and there. This is a conversation that can go on, but right now, the biggest and hottest topic on everyone's lips is Kenya, as they get to decide who's going to take on the next 5-year term as president. So we're going to be having those conversations. Joining us for those conversations, we do have Justina Wamaye, who's the deputy presidential candidate, Roots Party, Bernadette Muyomi, political observer, and also Sarah Berete, who's a political observer, and Dan Rugarama, who's the chairperson, Pan-African Movement Uganda, are all coming up to give us analysis into Kenya as it decides.
You're watching more.